And we'll cut straight back out of the challenges intro because I forgot to rescale it. So yeah, that was a good intro, wasn't it? Hey, it's me, Losro. I'm joined by Carl in the booth.
Hello.
And today we're bringing to you the big game, AwesomeAim. He's done the double. And he might run into some trouble against a pretty interesting team from Tech19. I'll just ping out the stream going live to all areas. Hold up. Channel. Yeah, so we're going to ping this to both the Rebbl thing and ping it with Miners Coach, so the Miners Coaches can see their champion and get involved, get chatting. Where are we? Where's streaming announcements? There we go. We're going to use the Miners Coach ping, and I might get yelled at for it, but we're going to do it anyway. Miners Coach. The champion. Right, and I'll just quickly see this to Rebbl streams, and then we will get some pre-stream going. And so far, everything looks okay, which is good. So I've basically spent the last 35 minutes like tweaking OBS and going into all sorts of things like resource monitor to try and fix my frame rate, but I think we've got it as good as it can get.
Yeah.
Rebbl streams. Miners in college. Champ. AwesomeAim. Man, my typing is not what it should be.
It's all good. Let's see, where are the real gamers? So Aim is he's a pretty solid player. I went up against him once in a friendly, and he, despite getting a score off of a short kick blitz, he was able to pull the game through.
Exactly. I don't know. I've played it. Yeah, I've played him once as well. I played him once in a friendly myself. It was in like a bit of a jokey like side league, but he did crush me and get like some ridiculous surfs with his Norse. But yeah, I don't know how. What's your record against him personally? Because I know you guys. I assume you played him both in minors and college at some point, maybe.
I only played him in a friendly. We were both in different divisions both times.
Oh,
wait, no. Yeah. We were in different divisions each time.
So you didn't have to run into him. Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed that someone like Captain Random that wasn't able to take this one, but because he's sort of the main streamer for you guys, sadly. But
yeah, of course. But like his team got fairly beat up. From what I understand, he's going into Greenhorn right now.
Well, he also has to juggle some admin duties now. So
yeah, of course.
I'm happy to fill in. I get on quite well with AwesomeAim. I don't know. I do like talking to him. I definitely pop around on his stream every now and then. He's always popping around on mine. So I'm really invested here. What I'm trying to say is I'm very biased.
Well, you know, what better way to be? Am I right?
Exactly. Has he accepted his ticket? He has. That's always a good sign. That means we can get a quick early look at the real gamers as everyone funnels in. Damn, the stream's not quite working? Question mark. Why is this not working? There we go. That's better. You can see now. Cool. Nice to get that one out the way in the pre-stream before the actual game starts. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Stream is working. Excellent, look, ladies. I'm glad to hear. So this is the real gamers. We're rocking up with He did have to fire. What was the player that he fired again? He had a really bloaty catcher that he's just fired to try and trim the TV down, because this is quite a TV intense human team, isn't it? Up at 1750.
Oh yeah. I mean that. Without, I mean, he's got a bunch of stat ups which really apply into that, which you need as a human, but at the same time,
Well, I think humans without stats are just a trouble. They spec into damage. So look, we've got the 2 strength ups. Humans tend to go one or two ways. They either get a load of strength ups or they get a load of stat ups and sort of build their matchup spread around that. So he's got the strength up blitzer here. with just guard and tackle, and then he's got a dedicated killer with no tackle. But he's also got this really nice strength up catcher with dodge guard and movement up. Is that the one he said he was going to fire? Or has he already fired the other one? I can't remember. But yeah, they're rocking up with 5 guard. Just a rookie thrower, which is definitely a weakness because it means that we'll see what the Necro team rock up with, but this could be vulnerable to bolts, it could be vulnerable to, just a block piece does the job against a Sage Grouse. So they're going to be under a lot of pressure to perform in this game. So is AwesomeAim, because let's face it, there's a reason that most people tend to look down on the minor leagues and the Rebbl leagues because they think the standard's much lower. So AwesomeAim has really got a point to prove here. Coming in on the minors run, I don't think the minors champs tend to do very well in the postseason in the majors. So I don't know. It's a bit of a tough one. But I think if anyone's going to put out a trend, it's going to be this team up at 1750. Now let's check out Tech19.
I mean, and that's the thing is that oftentimes they have 2 seasons under their belt going into majors.
Yeah. And
they're still not as experienced as a lot of majors coaches. But
exactly.
AwesomeAim has won both minors and college playoffs. Like he's not a bad player.
No, by no stretch. I think he's in a really good spot, and he's actually got. I'd say he's got quite a good matchup here versus Monster Bash, which is a 1640 Necro team with 110k in the bank. I don't know if you're watching along, but they've basically got. I'll read it out anyway. They've got a rookie werewolf at a level 6 called Fenrir. He's not got Mighty Blow, but he is Lodge Step Tackle with Agility 4. No show hands, however. He then has his 2 golems, which are just block guard. He hasn't had to pay the golem tax because he hasn't rolled any Mighty Blow or double, or he has rolled a stat on his werewolf, so we might see one of these golems die this game. Knight's King, who looks like the all-star piece. With he's armor 7, but he's got Mighty Blow Tackle, piling on Jump Up and Dodge. Is he niggled? Just a serious concussion. So that is they've got Develop Killer and sort of like a roadblock. He's taken Agi 4 and then he's taken Stand Firm. This is full skills. It's block, Agi up, guard, stand firm.
That is kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
Agi up, guard, stand firm, white. Like
this is why people tend to hate up on Agi on white because obviously they have agility access on doubles. And he just hasn't been able to roll that double to get to dodge. And now it just feels like a lot of blow. I mean, guard stand firm, it's okay, but on the strength 3 without dodge, he just needs that double. And it's only armor 7, so AwesomeAim is going to be going after that, I think. And it's also a lot of TV for what it is. 1720, and essentially the Agi up is like a 40 TV tax on the piece because block guard stand firm is pretty much the same. No, it's interesting. It stops the 1 turn. Put it that way. I don't know. I think AwesomeAim might be looking at a human 1 turn with catchers, but 3 stand firm on the LOS means that that's not possible. Maybe that's what they're thinking with the level.
Yeah, I mean it does also mean that he has another piece that can at least somewhat safely handle the ball.
Yeah.
Or if the ball gets popped onto the ground, a piece that can potentially try and make a pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like stand firm on ball carriers. I mean, Sean Man up in Div 1 of G-Man, he rocked a sure hands, like a really good Nurgle Pestigore. And on his legend skill, he took stand firm with it. And it turns out that when you're playing the Bass matchup and you've got stand firm around you, having a stand firm ball carrier who can't get manipulated by like a freak sacking piece is really good. We'll see. No ghouls, which I think is kind of, I want to say almost standard. Most people tend to run, I've seen a lot of teams run with like 1 carrier ghoul, if that. And then a load of zombies. A dirty player and a guard. Dirty player zombie is an important one. They are at, if I count this correctly, I think they're on 13 players? 14, 13, 12 players. Okay. So
and like the ghoul is really good up to a certain point. It's fragile.
Yeah. Now, it's one of those where if you're playing like Eternal format, as the League of Rebbl is Eternal format, it's an Eternal format league for those new to the stream. So these teams will play 13. It's a 13-week season. AwesomeAim has played, I believe it's 2 9-week seasons or something like that. So what people tend to do is because of the piece we're talking about, the ghoul, it doesn't have this key skill here, regenerate, and there's no apothecary. So essentially, if a ghoul gets injured, there's no way to get it back on the pitch. You can't make it You can't make it better. But the flip side is that it's quite quick for this team. And it also comes with dodge, which is also quite lacking on this team, which means you can get him away. He's a nice little ball carrying piece. Now the counter argument, of course, is the Wolves just do that better because they have movement 8. A Ghoul would only have movement 7. They have armor 8. They have regen. But there's no sure hands on these Ghouls, which means that any strip, it makes the pickup harder, and it also means that any strip ball. Does AwesomeAim have strip ball on his team? I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either. I can check though. I'm on his thing right now.
No, he doesn't. I've just had a quick pan across on my browser. We'll keep on Tech19 for now. So the interesting thing is they all get 110 in petty cash to spend on inducements, and you have 110k in the bank as well. And obviously a wizard costs 150,000. Do you think we'll see a wizard induced here?
Ooh, I don't know, because this is kind of like, this is the early game.
It is early on. It is only round of 64. There's plenty of knockout Blood Bowl left to play. But at the same time, I fear for Monster Bash because the humans have an ogre. Do they have actually? Did the humans have an ogre? I assume they do because they're a human team. Yes, they do. Hubster the ogre passer. I love him. Hubster, fellow streamer. But they do have 2 strength ups, and one of them's on the catcher. They do have a strength 4 blitzer. They're piling on, and a good bit of tackle. I feel like the Necro are going to struggle to try and fight their way through this human team, and the human team is quicker as well. So
the human team has strength to match the golems, and it just has a lot of very necessary skills. Not to say that Monster Bash doesn't, but with all of the mighty blow that AwesomeAim has, I kind of fear for his.
The 2 armor 7 whites look really exposed in this matchup, don't they? Now regen is useful because it essentially gives the whole team Apo rights, but Necro tends to rely on a killer wolf that's rolled mighty blow or a strength up to do a lot of damage, backed up by like strong defensive whites and golems. And the golems are there, but our whites are both armor 7. We have the dedicated killer white because obviously our wolf hasn't turned into a killer, so we have to sort of spec him into piling on and jump up, which could be, I don't know, it could be another stand firm, it could be another guard. And then we've got this interesting Agi 4 one with no agility skills, meaning the Agi 4 is essentially wasted. I'm happy to be proved wrong. I'm looking forward to seeing the agility 4 white get a clutch pass or something in overtime and seal the game. But I'm going to tentatively back AwesomeAim here, and I know I'm biased, but I feel like there's a good reason.
Yeah, I think to play the devil's advocate, I will back Monster Bash because while he does not have a lot of cards in his favor, those wolves are still movement 8. They will be pulling some magic if they can get their hands on the ball.
That's true, and you have to remember that there is a bribe option as well. They might just take the bribe with the petty cash caused by the team value overhang, which means that their fouls are less likely to get punished. It means the dirty player is going to get a loss of utility in this game. Also, I just checked out the record for Tech19's team. He's 29, 3, and 8.
Oh, wow.
So that is a very strong record. So this could be I'm just going to quickly spike bot, i.e. check the win rate on for Tech19, because he seems like a bit of a sharp coach.
Not only that, do you have access to, or do you have the link to his team on Rebbl?
He's in Rebbl 4B Division 4.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just quickly check that. I think it is. History. 4A. In Rebbl is where you'll find him down in 4th place. So it must have been a competitive division if Tech19 can get there.
Yeah, there we go, Monster Bash. Because he's lost that wolf. I want to look at that wolf.
Right, I've just pulled up his win rate. It's country UK. So he's UK playing in Rebbl, which probably means he's on the night, which is best of luck to you in these tough times. He's played 230 games recorded by the Spike bot with a win rate of 52%. With Necro, that raises to 57% over 68 games. He is also, this is interesting actually, Tech19 came through the Rebbl system as well. He was in college with an 80%. He was 10, 1, and 2 in college. He went through upstarts and minors, and now he's in Rebbl. So This is from the cohort before yours. It's interesting. However, a good thing to notice is champion ladder win rate is just at 46% over 94 games. I'm just going to do the same for AwesomeAim quickly, just to see how that tallies. I remember this is all qualified by the fact that Spikebot doesn't pick up every single league. I know for a fact it doesn't pick up quite a few Rebbl leagues. So this is by no means comprehensive, and I'm not saying they're a good or a bad coach. This is just a guesstimate. Whereas AwesomeAim has only played 83 games, so he's played about a third of the games, but he has a 70% win rate, there or thereabouts.
Oh, wow.
Also a 68% win rate on humans. However, how much of that is a lot of those games were in college and minors, which is interesting, and upstarts and things like that. But he does have a Windy City Warmonger, which I believe is a West Coast league. No, that would be Windy City Chicago, isn't it? That'd be a Chicago-based league, with a similar win rate and a 70% win rate in CCL. So yeah, AwesomeAim seems to be a real up-and-coming coach, which is why I backed him.
He's definitely going to be something to like watch in the future.
Exactly, because
yeah. What were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say, for those who are joining from the main leagues and don't really know too much about the minors and college and what's been going on there, but AwesomeAim's pretty much run the show from the outside looking in. It feels like he's rocked up into playoffs with humans, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's humans; they won't do very well." One college, and then one minors season after, which is I think that's the first time that's ever happened. He's played quite a bit of Blood Bowl. He's not quite Dimmy G levels, but he's played a lot of Blood Bowl for his time in the league, and I think he's definitely one to watch. We're up to 5-2 now.
I don't know about minors, but in college he was kind of like, his team was getting wins and doing well, but I don't recall a lot of like talk about it. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of flew under the radar a little bit and then popped up and then won.
Yeah, I mean, all the talk was about.
Not to say that he was like forgotten or anything.
I definitely think that played a part, because I do remember back in college when all the focus was on people like Audrey, Dimmy G, Jim Miranda's Rat Team. I thought G-Man was going to do really well in college playoffs, and then AwesomeAim rocked up and just swept through everyone in his way quite convincingly.
Mm-hmm. And then he did it again but this time, he had the title of the former champion, and he was able to keep that title.
Exactly, had the target on his back, but
exactly
still took it down. 3 minutes to play. I'll just check if AwesomeAim. I'm just going to ask if he's if they're running on time. You guys running on
time? Additionally, one thing to note is, so I'm looking at Tech19's team, Monster Bash, to see what happened to his other werewolf.
Yeah. What was his other werewolf?
His other werewolf, surprisingly enough, was not a kill piece. It was a block, dodge, movement up, sidestep piece.
Yeah.
So for some, he has opted to not go a killer werewolf and instead kind of a more traditional, maybe like not a marking piece, but
yeah, maybe it might have been a case where the white just exploded in development before the Wolves could get anything done. So he sort of felt like he needed to develop a killer with his fresh TV, but it was fortunately covered by the Wolves, not really rolling anything too special. I don't know. Should be quite interesting. I am so excited for this game, to be honest. Ever since this one came up on the calendar, I took it straight away. Really looking forward to just watching this one play out, because I've gotten some really nice games. I got a Goblin game, which is my stays. We're a Super Bowl champion in Rebbl, taking Goblins through an ordinary ticket to Challengers Cup. And that was a really fun game. The quality of the stream was a bit stuttery, but it sort of fitted the theme of the stream, because it was Goblins, it was a bit jank, but
everything's not working right, but it still happened.
The Goblins made a really good go of it. It was a really good opening game for Challengers. So it's been excellent Challengers Cup content. We're only in the round of 64. It's a bit exciting. Yeah, people are slowly dripping in dribs and drabs. I've noticed that, checking the calendar, there's a couple of games that are going to be wrapping up fairly shortly. So we might see people coming in from the other Challengers games on tonight. Things You Do Not Want versus the Demented Distillers. Everyone's taking me in this channel. We've also got playoffs action happening right now. Jellybean Jump Arounds, which are a pro-off team, and taking on Rage Dwarf. That's over on Harring's channel. So it's a bit quiet right now, but I'm sure things will fill in as those games end, and this is the last game of the night, I believe, until about 1 AM. Yeah. And there's a bit of a gap in the calendar, actually. So after this game, if you're interested in more Blood Bowl before we start, just feeling a bit of dead air here, we've got another Goblin game tomorrow that is 11 a.m. my time, so that is 10 a.m. UTC. It's the Goblins versus Full Metal's Alchemist. So Goblins versus Khemri in the Challengers Cup. That's going to be one to watch. I'm definitely going to make my way down for that one.
That's a good name.
So here we go. They're in.
Okay.
Is that correct? No, this isn't it. Sorry, no, we're not in. False alarm, I believe. I just saw another game pop up, which is not on the calendar. Okay, that's interesting. So some coaches have snuck in under the radar, I believe.
They're watching the stream, being like, "Oh, we got to schedule.
Can we get some free coverage?" But we'll have to quickly dip out of these guys. What team is this? This is Badger 69's game. The Woodies versus Stubborn Life's Undead. That's why I thought it was different. It was Undead, not Khemri. They've taken Ramtut. That could be a fun one. Wood Elves versus Undead there. But we will quit that replay because that's not what we're here to do today. Let me just make sure see if that's being covered. I don't think it is. Yeah, I'm just going to ping the casting channel out here. Badger, Challengers. I'm not actually. I won't. We've done inducements, and a wizard has come out according to AwesomeAim. So that means the wizard has been induced. There's no bribe in play, therefore. But we will very quickly get onto the game now, which is great. That's what we've all been waiting for. Rebbl playoffs.
I assume Monster Bash got the wizard, right?
They must be in setups. So yes, Monster Bash was the only team that could take a wizard. I don't think AwesomeAim had the bank to induce. And if he did, he'd have been going first, which means that if he took the wizard, Monster Bash would get an extra 150 worth of inducement money to work with, so they would almost certainly counter wizarded. Okay, the game is live. They're in setup. Monster Bash versus the Real Gamers, and it's live here on Twitch. Nice to see everyone piling in. So yeah, let's get into it. So
talking the theory while they're setting up that wizard. As I said, those MA8 wolves, and with a wolf may not have sure hands, but it has edgy 4.
Exactly. You also have to be a little bit careful here. The wolves do defend first. I wonder who did win the toss. Now let's just check who got the fame. The fame also went with Monster Bash. So Tech19 with the wizard in the bank, going up against the upstart AwesomeAim, trying to make a run. He has taken offense first. I think AwesomeAim must have won the toss because he's chosen to attack, try and get a block advantage early. It's interesting actually. They fielded the dirty player, and the reason I say that's interesting is because a lot of the time, on defense, you're going to struggle to find good fouls without compromising your positioning, especially if AwesomeAim is being smart. So you normally see the dirty player bench for a rookie on your defense. So that means that Tech19 thinks that he can find mistakes in AwesomeAim's spot, where he can find fouls that are not too bad. So that's going to be an interesting one to play out. So yeah, let's quickly run back through these guys in case anyone's joining in late. Obviously we had a bit of a long pre-stream. So the main weapons here are the Agi 4 Wolf with Blodge Step Tackle, and this Agi 4 White with Glass and Firm, who I suppose is a threat in himself in some way. If he gets the ball, he's got Stand Firm and things like that. But apart from that, this feels like quite a vanilla Necro team. AwesomeAim lining up with a strength-oriented human team. One of those strengths is on a catcher, but it is a very nice catcher now at movement 9, so that's also a one-turner. But 3 Stand Firm obviously cancel the one-turn attempt. So AwesomeAim will have to try and remove one of these flesh columns, or this white, and try and make it stick if he's to get a one-turn attempt.
By the way, do flesh columns start with general access?
They do. They start with general and strength, but no block is the trade-off.
Quick snap. That's actually... that can be good, though the ball might turn into it.
Yeah, that's a very nice kick. It might touch back, but if it doesn't touch back, then it doesn't touch back. Okay, AwesomeAim is going to have to be careful here, because the Wolves might be able to slip into the backfield.
All it takes is a single blitz on one of those wrestle pieces if they're not tied up.
That's true. AwesomeAim, of course, also having some dirty player of his own with a one-man bench. I don't know how much he'll use that dirty player, however, in this one.
I do actually think that's an argument for taking a dirty player on offense. Just any sort of movement that you can punish.
Dirty player on offense does tend to be the standard. Here comes our first block of the game, and he's okay.
Or defensive man.
Yeah. I do see what you're saying. Actually, it's a bit of a. I think what I said is more applicable to the like slow versus slow matchup. I guess when you're running around with movement 8s, you don't really mind. Pile on, never not be piling on. Getting a second go at that zombie armor. We do get it through it. That's just a stun though. He will be back in 2 turns time.
Yep.
Finding a power with the ogre on 3 dice. Hubs to the ogre pass and warming up here. Your first hit of the game.
Yep. That ogre does have block, so it's a very safe hit to me.
That's an interesting follow because it leaves AwesomeAim. He sort of has to find a blitz here on this. Well, let's flip to his point of view because he's the attacking team quickly. He needs to find a blitz on this left-hand side now because otherwise Hubster sort of gotten a bit greedy here, and with this piling on, we've got a little bit of a hole in these tackle zones. If we click on this wolf, we can see that this part of the pitch can quite easily get walked through. But here comes the blitz with wrestle. We're going to see a foul here. We do get the wrestle.
Yep, that's why I love wrestle pieces for that reason right there.
Now we can't really foul that, so it feels like a bit of an overcommitment. Because what will happen, I'll tell you what will happen next turn. This zombie will just stand up because he's fine. This flesh golem will stand up because he's fine. And then all of a sudden, Hubster's stuck on a zombie, can't really do much, and these guys are all stuck on stand firm. So it'll be an interesting one.
Yep. The next question is, do you run a wolf downfield immediately to try and threaten the ball?
I do now. I mean, if we check this backfield, check the safety. There's not one. We do have this blood step guard catcher bit. He is only strength 2. The pickup is good.
Oh, is that going to be a throw?
I don't think we can throw here. Not with the wolves. They might come down and base if this fails, but it doesn't. We start off with the vanity pass. I suppose we're just saying the strength of this dirty player lineman. If he does get splits down, I think we will see a wolf come through here. It might be the rookie one just at first. This is interesting. You see the space. The question is, can we get a screen? This is a problem that Necro teams have because the wolves are movement 8. But everything else is very, very slow. So even if he does get his wolf back here, he can't screen off, he can't protect this wolf with other players on his team. So AwesomeAim can just pull back and the Pommer might be in range. The strength up blitzer will definitely be in range to 2 dice this wolf with tackle mighty blow. So it's a tough, it's a conundrum is what I'll say. It's a tough decision for Tech19.
That's why it's always nice to have
No, not down there on the blitz.
Movement allowance on the whites. Just pick
nice movement at white.
Just a little bit faster and more reliable.
That jump to movement 7 is the pivotal swing. So suddenly they can get from one zone, from one end to the other from the middle without needing to roll any dice. And you always prefer that. Dirty player obviously just having to stand. Interesting blitz to free up this guard piece. I might not have hit him there. I might have gone, but I think I would have blitzed down this dirty player and put some pressure here. Blitz with the wolf and then bring the flesh golem in to make a problem potentially. Yeah. Obviously, the risk is you get run past, but I feel like we're okay with that. We're not too fussed with a quick human score here as the Necro team. We want to try and get some line of scrimmage hits ourselves.
And not only that, the wolves are fast enough that if they do get run past, like they need at least a single turn to get back into the play.
Yeah, exactly. Even more for monkeys. Just quick, if anyone's in chat, just having a quick check. If the audio levels are okay, I'm pretty sure the frame rate's sorted. I think the audio level is okay as well. Now, we're just going to see a little bit of screening going on here. Obviously, turn 1, both teams are just loosening up, not really taking any risks. There is a potential move down the pitch, like we talked about, but I don't think it'll be taken. We're even retreating the wolf to make sure that he won't eat any blocks.
Which, it's a standard enough play, but this is playoffs. Like, you have to, or this is what, Challengers Cup, right?
Challengers Cup.
Yeah. Like, maybe you don't have to go big, but I think you have to go big.
Yeah, the temptation is there. Good to hear, Glockster, and also welcome to the show. I agree. There's a lot of talk about playoff nerves. Both coaches, Tech19, obviously he came just through minors last season, so this will probably be both of these guys' first challenges game. They'll just be trying to, you know, not make any obvious mistakes to start with and try and keep themselves in the game.
Oh yeah, but I'm also a very risky coach. If I can go for the win,
Me too.
I will go for it.
I play rats normally, so it's all about, if I haven't won by turn 3, I've probably lost.
Yeah.
Very dice to the wall, but that's why I'm here in the casting booth and not actually playing a playoff game. Might be indicative there. We're okay with that. The ball's going to come up. And after this ogre bonehead from Hubster, which means he loses his tackle zones, which essentially makes him, well, just essentially assume that he's not there for a turn.
That also means that there is a potential hit on that ogre if you really want to make it. Like,
well,
it's strength 5 that requires
I
a lot of
agree.
assist.
I don't know if we'll see it. This is the problem. The Necro don't have very good tools to fight a big guy. If they can't isolate him, and Hubster is well supported. He's got Dwayne Johnson backing him up, literally backing him up. And we've also got the Pommer who is occupying the tile. I think it might be okay. Just going to take our 2 dice blocks here. Now the ball is stuck in the backfield. There is a line of play where you just bolt the ball and run your wolves at it. You know, but with the pass, we now have sure hands free to recover. So the bolt, I'd argue the bolt's better actually. It's an interesting one because I've just noticed this, right? Most people tend, when there's a wizard in play, most people carry on their like worst player. So example, the thrower. That way, if they get lightning bolted and hurt, well, he was just a level 1 player. You don't really care. And you've also got a nearby player who's quite good. AwesomeAim, by playing that pass, he's got the ball on, you know, dodge, block, sidestep, so he's hard to knock down. But at the same time, he might get hurt by the lightning bolt, which is a bit of a risk. But here comes the hit, and it's good. And we pile on. We pile on again. Piling on
Any
greed.
removal's a good removal.
Well,
Except no removal at all.
Armor 8 is holding here, and the bonehead in between the bonehead ogre means we have to pull the guard across now to cover this hold, which means that these 2 players are in a lot of trouble.
There's basically been no forward mobility this whole turn. No,
but I think we're okay with that. A lot of teams run into the trap of trying to develop pieces too quickly, you know, as in move down the pitch too quickly, and they very quickly find themselves cut off. AwesomeAim trying to fight for the middle here, and trying to remove his way through the middle. These zombies can be very irritating.
Also, good use of chess terms, Rick.
We're not bolting this turn. I would be very strongly thinking about getting just a rookie walk into the backfield. Here comes the blitz straight away. It's the killer. And there is a chain push. Now that's interesting. I don't think we'll follow this, no. And this is now in, well, it's not quite in Python much because of these zombies. But in theory, if these zombies stand up, we can knock this zombie over and knock this zombie over and then get a free hit. Ooh, 1 in 9, double skull into a 1/9 chance. Wrestle, freeing up. What's the name? Scott Sterling. I like these human names. Are these default names?
No, I'm pretty sure these are all names that he has.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Put in himself.
I think these zombies are. Because the nice thing with zombies is obviously how necro teams work. If there is this, is that when a player dies on the opposition team, you resurrect him as a zombie. So as a necro team, you tend to accumulate players with random names from different naming schemes over the games. So that's always a fun one to see. On like a very old necro team, you might get some very interesting names. Here comes a foul on the Pommer. I do like this. You need to stop. Doesn't do anything. Ooh.
I think there's only been 1 armor break this whole game, and it was that stun early on.
It was. And there's a lot of Mighty Blow being used, so this isn't expected. It helps. It does help Tech19, I think. Here, AwesomeAim was looking to get a removals advantage on his drive, as he tends to do. But piling on, this might just be a warning shot to AwesomeAim here, because if he keeps piling on and putting his player prone, Tech19 saying, I will foul you with a +1 on both rolls. So that might try and stem the bleeding a little. That's just a push. 1 and 9, but Hubs to the Ogre with block, and that's a rare level to see on an Ogre. They're not normally intelligent enough to be able to block, but Hubs to the Ogre is a cut above the rest. Still no armor breaks on these zombies. They're doing very well, rolling with snake eyes on that armor.
That armor value is holding like titanium.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. And also notice how we have to take a both down, which means that we don't get any forward progress at all. This is starting to, become a problem. No forward progress. We've managed to wedge in our flesh golems on the sides, so that stand firm means we can't get any lateral movement. Well, so that's probably horizontal movement is probably the better term there. But... Also, maybe this is. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
He's putting on a solid defense, though I am starting to notice kind of a weakness in the middle there because all of his zombies are kind of tied up with the.
Yeah, there is a spot there. There's a line at the middle. If we just highlight this, so if we knock over this guard zombie, all of a sudden we can take a hit on a wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
But by the virtue of the zombies just being there means that you can't really safely take that gap because the zombies will just stand up and basically your players and put the ball in trouble. Bring the ball up and it gets lightning bolted and knocked over, then the zombies become a real issue. Shanky, nice to see you. Yeah, Blood Bowl does have a lot. Well, Rebbl is a I believe it's a UK started league, maybe. Well, at least the head admin these days is from the north, so you get a lot of accent variety. HP Lovecraft is KO'd.
A removal.
We get there, slowly clearing the way of all these zombies, but he's probably expected to come back at the half. But it's nice, just get that man advantage. It also means he's not tempted to pile on, which I think he's been doing a bit too much of, especially when armor doesn't break on the first try. I don't really rate piling on because you can't do much with the player next turn apart from hit and pile on again. So it telegraphs to the opponent's coach, this is what this piece is going to do 100% of the time, and I don't like that certainty.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your thoughts on this setup here from AwesomeAim? He's going for just a long line of players, but he hasn't sealed off the wide zone. So the ball is not safe.
I don't think there's much that
4,
he can
5,
do.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so what we could see, and we'll just count this out again, make sure that I'm right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd have to take a dodge, actually, which probably is why it's just... I think AwesomeAim might have noticed that the wolves are just a couple of squares too far back to take advantage of this, so he's going to try and get away with it. We do have this... Scott Sterling does worry about the lightning bolt and comes back to help, but that wasn't the threat. The threat was coming from the other side as the wolves wrap round, and now the white can just get into the backfield for free.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
At the same time, I think he's also trying to sort of bait him to going onto the one side.
Yeah.
If I was the Necro coach, I would definitely be basing the ball or even blitzing it if I could pull that off somehow.
Yeah, we're not bolting this turn. I tell you what, it's been 15 seconds of this 4-minute turn, and Tech19 is almost finished. That seems very fast for my liking. Generally, I think that might be nerves, or maybe he's just a fast player in general, but I tend to need at least, 60 seconds to just look at the pieces and remember what's going on. Because I've probably been distracted by something else during the opponent's turn. But no, it's interesting. Very fast turns here.
I'm in a fun kind of mix between a lineman league and a 1 minute league. And you generally spend a whole minute, or at least I do, just observing things and not taking actions unless there's a very good action to take.
Yeah, now if you want to see some frenetic Blood Bowl being played, there was a Cripple 1 minute cup last Saturday. The VOD will be on Harrington's channel, where you have 60 seconds to take your turn and that's it. And you don't have rerolls and you don't have apothecaries, so it gets very dicey and it's a lot of fun. So that was a great cast, but that's what I'm saying. Tech19 is essentially playing like it's 1 minute turns here. Oh, here comes the hit.
He moved a werewolf forward, but he did.
But we do get a pow here. An armor break, but no follow-up, so that's just a stun. So yeah. Bit of the clinic. With strength up, movement up, Blodge Guard Catcher is now stunned. I think he would have wanted a removal there, but you can't. Could you have followed that up potentially? If you're Tech19, because let's face it, there's no real threat. He's just going to eat a. I guess he'd taken a mighty blow hit back, but if he's piled on, And Zombane, I keep saying Zombane when I mean to say AwesomeAim. Very similar coach. Do I smell a werewolf surf? Yes, there is a surf on the cards. Well spotted, Shanky. So,
yeah, that moving that werewolf there was not, without taking the dodge, that wasn't that great of a...
Yeah, it's essentially a free hit. At best, it's a free hit. At worst, it's a free surf. Okay, this might be... No, we're not... Right. AwesomeAim. I've seen AwesomeAim surf me from 4 squares out and straight up murder an Amazon Blitzer. So he will be thinking about this surf very long and very hard. But the problem is, can you commit to the surf? It's going to take at least 3 players over here to do this surf. I think any man advantage you can get is ideal, Shanky. And remember, I think we're playing at a beer stand stadium. Are we at home? I think AwesomeAim does like a serve. This is a beer stand, which means that when a player gets knocked off the pitch, you add +1 to their injury rolls. That might not seem a lot, but when it goes, it might be the shift from a 7 to an 8, from a stun to a knockout. That might be the place. Yeah, Shanky, if you haven't met AwesomeAim, but he's a surfing coach, so we could see one here.
And while it is a rookie werewolf, the 8 movement allowance is still nothing to shake a stick at. That's why elves are able to make such magical plays.
Oh yeah, I played high elves since... Oh, we don't get the surf, it's just a POW. Do we follow this? No, we don't. We do stun. I'm not sure about the no follow there, because let's say it's just a normal knockdown, you can get up for free. I think he's relied on the armor break there, but he did get it.
Yep, with that armor break,
he
doesn't have to worry about the werewolf pressuring the ball,
that's true.
Really good given its position right now.
I like this push on the zombie here, getting the guard in a place where it's not very useful. And now Hubster rolls a 6 on the bonehead. He's here to play and gets himself involved, facing up 3 zombies. Where's our blitz, do you reckon?
I think you...
I think it's a moment for sure. We're going to take a 2 dice first without block. Felt a bit risky, but it's okay.
I think you probably take the blitz on the guard zombie on the left side, because there's not really a better position, or one of the zombies by Hubster.
Yeah, it might be the Date Play zombie. See, he's might be thinking about hitting this white, who's the killer white. It does take a GF5, but it will be a very valuable hit with 2 dice. No, we're going for the Dirty Player and powering him.
Yeah. Not a bad one. I was thinking about the white, but it's kind of out of the way because you blocked yourself due to how you set your players.
Yeah, it would only need 1 GF5. Remember, he's strength 4, so he wouldn't need an assist. It's just 2 dice. We defend the ball here.
I don't know about you, but my timer seems to be stuck.
I mean, you might be... Yeah, I do agree. There's a lot of players stuck on this flesh column. But at the same time, Shanky, it is just a 2 dice with Mighty Blow piling on. It is a nice spot for that flesh column. Yeah, maybe we see a pause. I just checked my... No? You might be slightly ahead of me. I'm on just the start of Tech19's 4th turn.
I just now hit the start of the turn.
Right.
Basically, when he blitzed the zombie, my game just stopped for some reason, but we're good now.
Oh, that's always good. Oh, sorry about this. I am running Blood Bowl windowed, so when I check the chat, we might see a bit of obnoxious camera movement until I start remembering to Alt-Tab. But we're having a think here. We might see a 5-man fireball for attrition.
Yeah, that could work. That'll also pop the ball.
Because look at who's in this fireball. We've got block, dodge, sidestep. We've got the 2 stat-up capture, the stat-up blitzer, the dirty player, and the piling on piece, all within 9 squares. So we could see a fireball to open the turn. I think I would do it. I wouldn't resist. I wouldn't be able to resist the temptation.
I don't think I would.
No, we stand up.
Is that even if it dropped the ball, you have no threat to pick up the ball because your werewolf is there.
Well, the werewolf is in range. Fenrir is in range.
Yeah, that is true.
Depending on it, because let's say you only need to get 1 or 2 of these guys over, and you could take a. Well, actually, no, because he was on the floor, wasn't he? I forget about that. Okay, yeah, maybe the fireball wasn't the play. Shock. Yeah.
Taking a 2-die versus wrestle without...
Yeah, and notice how they only run 2 rerolls on this team. But it's one of those, it might have been just a block for information. You know, you want to see if you get the push or the knockdown before you evaluate how hard to push down the centre. We might see a blitz on the ogre here. Don't think I could resist it. On hubs to the ogre passer. It's just 2 dice. And we can get in for a nice little foul on him as well. With Bobby Pickett. I think that's what we might see. Yep, here we go. I assume we're standing firm here.
Oh.
And Claw does its work. Hubs to the ogre getting a bit caught up in things and is now out for a turn. The wolf will definitely skip away there, no tackle present.
That is a great piece to stun.
Yeah, it is. It really asks us a question now to AwesomeAim. How much do you want to try and keep fighting me now that your big guy's on the floor for 2 turns, or do you try and move up this right-hand side here? AwesomeAim might end up.
Unless he reinforces that right-hand side, like all it takes is a single blitz, even a push, and the ball's moving up the field.
I think that's what we will see. I think we'll see the stand firm at G4 come in just behind here, where my cursor is, just behind to the right of the other white. That rhymed. And then we'll just take. I don't think we can foul now because we've already got the stun. There's an interesting one.
I will say though, AIM really needs to start breaking away now. Like we're almost halfway through the first half.
Well, I don't. The good thing with humans is you're nice and quick. So I'd say we're going to wait until about turn 6 before we start seeing some movement down the pitch. If I was AwesomeAim, we are going to try and protect this white.
I am somewhat of a dark elf coach, so I'm always about like that quick advance.
Yeah. Problem is when you're rocking up with all this mighty blow, you kind of want to make sure you don't mess up your drive, because yeah, let's say something goes wrong, and then you might be out of Challenger's Cup before your run's even begun. So there's a strong incentive for coaches to just try and get a turn 8 score as opposed to a turn 4 or 5 score. I agree. In regular season, you might see something different. Now it kind of depends on how this flesh column hit goes, because if we can't get him down, then all of a sudden our turn looks really difficult. If you ask
AIM
me,
also has to be careful of that werewolf now.
He does. And we don't get him down because we went with the piling on piece over the wrestle. The greed. Greed paying off. Might want to switch sides? Yes, that's an option, definitely. The zombie will be left for dead. Man, my wordplay is really on point today. But Fenrir and the Agi4 White are kind of going to be able to keep up. And the stand firm is doing good work here. That was 2 pushes cancelled out by stand firm, so that flesh golem is staying right there, and it's occupied 2 players.
And the only other chance to get rid of it is with a no block, no wrestle thrower.
Yeah, and he did it last time, but you don't want to you want to keep relying on your thrower. You wouldn't see Tom Brady getting on the offensive line, which is essentially the equivalent here. Yeah, Glot. So I do like that line coming in from Glot there in chat, saying you just hold position, take a nice meaty foul on this wolf, try and get that removal, and then evaluate. And then
Sadly, his dirty player is occupied.
Yeah. I don't think we go. I think we are going to switch the play like you suggested. Here comes the blitz on a guard zombie with the conk. God damn it! AwesomeAim. Look at AwesomeAim's team names might be a bit too hot for Twitch.
Yes, not stream friendly.
I think. Well, it's a pre-name player. There's not much we can do. Oh yeah, let me just quickly.
Looks like he's setting up a cage. Pretty smart, given the werewolf running around in the backfield next turn. That said, though,
viable. Nah, there's too much guard here. The good thing with all this guard is that it's quite difficult to work around this cage. I see a big weakness up the centre here, which has just been plugged. Oh, we base. Don't know like that. Tell you what, throwers getting involved here again and coming up with the goods.
Yeah, it's hitting it, but it's not doing anything because of the stand firm and just all 3 of those players being occupied.
Stand firm, armor 9, so you need to roll a 10 or higher over 2 dice to even stun the guy. And now we have a wolf threatening the back of the cage. Not quite yet, but he's getting there. It is good though, because this switch up, what this does do is it essentially removes this Bobby Pickett from the game, because he's only movement 4. You can't get to the halfway line, so we've really left him behind now. Tech19 has done a good job of keeping his important pieces at the back in out of harm's way, so they can respond to this switch. However,
and with that unbased flesh golem.
Yeah, he's getting right involved.
Question is, is he going to blitz the cage? And if he does blitz the cage, who is he blitzing?
That's a very good question. I think we're looking at a hit on the 9338 catcher here, probably with the wolf. It's gonna come in over the top. That said, you could very easily frenzy trap yourself here into a 1 dice. I know what we can do. Okay, here's the play. We stand up Louis the Brown and put him in here. So we have 2 guard providing assists. We then blitz and push him this way. That doesn't actually change anything. Never mind. Oops. Yeah, I don't know where the blitz is. I might blitz up the middle, actually. I think we'll take a blitz on Dirty Player, potentially. And that will free up a lane to push right through and hold all of the centre and really put AwesomeAim under pressure and cut off these 2 players from the rest of the play. Here it comes.
Okay, here it comes.
We're going for the rest. No, we're not. We're going for the tackle. We're pushing. Now, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because we're not doing it with the stand firm or white.
And even if you had pulled that off, like, what are you going to do? Follow the ball? There's still that wrestle there.
Well, you would be basing the ball with tackle. But yeah, it would just get knocked off by the piece he just pushed. Maybe if it was a knockdown, he would have based him. Followed up and based.
What I mean, like the wrestle right next to it.
Yeah. Sorry about that camera movement quickly. Interesting turn for us.
Also, Hubster can wake up this turn. I'd probably do that first. No blitz. Just see if he wakes up, because that could potentially change how you like commit the rest of your turn.
Well, here's a counter argument. How about we I was going to say, yeah, he might not score this half shank game. Will he have the discipline to realise that he can't score this half and make sure he doesn't turn over? Yeah, this is turn 6, so this is the turn we need to move up. So this is what I'm thinking. We try and get a knockdown on this zombie and free up Hubster to come in here. Maybe not blitz with him, but at least get him stuck onto this wolf. Or maybe stuck in like here or here. And then we can switch up the middle. Because if we take out this zombie, then we've got a line through the middle of the pitch to run down.
Yep.
The alternative is obviously to wheel to the left here and come up the wide zone. We'll see what AwesomeAim does. This is quite a technical turn because all the skilled up pieces are in base contact, so you've got to do a lot of reading. You know, who's got tackle, who's got guard, what does that mean for my assists?
Not only that, there's going to be a lot of dice this turn. Like, this is going to probably determine...
Yeah, I do agree, Glock. So I think both at the same time, AIM pushed across and left a very big hole at the middle, but it wasn't taken by Tech19. So yeah, AIM getting out of, just getting out of dodge with that one. But it is round of 64 challenges. Tech19 and AwesomeAim both came through the Rebbl system. They know the importance of post-league play. And this is the first time on the big stage, so we could be just seeing some nerves to open up. Both teams playing very passive. Here comes the blitz. We pow! But he's okay. Interesting, we did that a different way around. I guess we needed it to get the guard assist, I suppose. Which was the flaw in my thinking.
Once again,
Flesh Golem is doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good spot. We take a 1 dice against him. AwesomeAim getting desperate to try and get any sort of progress against this anchor here. Supported, of course, by the zombies. So even if we did knock him down, we still have to try and knock this guy over as well. Shanky,
do flesh golems have agi access on doubles?
Yes, they do.
Oh my goodness.
Every piece has everything on doubles apart from mutation.
Right. Oh. Okay.
So once you get to dodge, amazing. Lodge firm. Lodge firm at level 2. The thing is with Necro, the golems tend to fall quite hard away when we get into this sort of TV and higher, because they're only strength 4. and they're not supported by much other strength 4. So the Necro tend to run out of, they don't have enough stats to keep up with Lizards or Chaos or Nurgle once we get to the highest TV.
Yeah.
And they catch up on skills. But, at this sort of level, 1600, Flesh Golem with dodge is an all-star player. Scoring threat. Wow, this is an exposed ball. It's not safe.
Yep.
Awesome aim under pressure. And we don't knock it over. Stand firm does work. I would have re-rolled that because it's turn 6 and it's our last action.
Yeah, exactly.
So Awesome Aim is really feeling the pressure here. That was a mistake. A character a mistake.
There's no guard on that ball.
No, there's not. Well spotted. There is not guard. There's the only guard is the ball itself. So, do we see a fireball to open?
Oh, yeah, that would be a great fireball.
5-man fireball, and then you can hit the ball even easier. We bolt.
Yeah.
The ball is down.
Isn't bad either. Oh, perfect scatter.
Yeah, for Tech19, I think that's, apart from it coming back into here or into here, that's pretty good scatter. Let's change
now the question is, how are you gonna pop that free?
How are you gonna pop that free?
There's a couple of chain pushes that would push a piece onto the ball, and it would
scatter it further. Yeah,
scatter it further is the hope.
We just want to get it one square further south, and then Wolfman is in for a level up. And that's what we've got to be finding. So I would... Oh, it is a tough spot, I agree. What's our blitz? I feel like we took those. I think we took those blocks a little bit hastily. We bolted and then very quickly followed up with 2 blocks without. I didn't have time to notice the subtleties of the chain push plays available there.
Yeah.
I mean, this wolf has frenzy. There was definitely a potential to get a ball play, but now because of this setup, let's say we blitz him. Okay.
I mean, now it doesn't have to be a chain push.
We don't go with frenzy, and we just take down the wrestle with a pow. I suppose this is going to... Oh, I see how we're doing it now. We're providing an assist so we can knock this line. Okay, that's not a bad way of doing it, because it also gets guard involved. Knock down.
Okay, now the hope is that it doesn't bounce into aim.
Do we pile on? We don't. Oh, it's the perfect scatter. Awesome aim punish.
That's actually one of the reasons why I would not have burned the blitz like that and tried to do the chain push, is so that you could blitz whoever gets the ball, just in case it scatters poorly.
Well, on this scatter we had 3 excellent scatters. We had this scatter, which is also good for us. So that's 4, at least 50%. This scatter is also good for us as Necro, I believe. So I don't mind this line of play because it's a 5 out of 8 scatters are really strong for the Necro. I'm not so sure why Fenrir's just run off to the left-hand side there.
Yeah, it is a little curious.
Because we still have to make a pickup roll on RG3, which can and will go wrong. So I would have put him in back here, just on the ball, and then because we have. Oh, I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this second half of this turn as the pickup fails, but we don't get punished. See, now what I would have done is I'd have put the wolf in here, then tried to pick up, and then run away. But this zombie could have made a GFI to completely lock down these 3 players, so they can't even dodge backwards on a 3+. Yeah. As it stands, AIM might be able to get away with this because the Pommer is in range.
Ooh, yeah, that push. Ooh,
very bad push there. I might have taken the both down. No, because he was here, wasn't he? Hold up.
He was where the zombie was, so he can still get to the ball anyways. But it would have been an extra GFI.
Yeah, it would have been an extra GFI. So, but the thing is, it is just 1 dice now. AwesomeAim is very quickly spiraled into needing what is this, a 3+, a 3+4+? Because I assume a push is a bad result here. We need a knockdown and a good scatter just to try and not be 1-0 down in the half. Absolute disaster.
Yeah.
The real game
I think best case scenario would be the ball getting surfed. I mean, you can't surf the player, but the potential if you hit it towards the sideline and it bounces out could bounce towards the other end zone, and that's kind of best case scenario.
Yeah, best case scenario. I agree. Well, we can't. The problem is as well, we can't really roll too much dice before we try this. We can't risk it. We can't risk Hubster doing anything in case he fails, and we don't even go. Okay, we're going to take this block on this zombie with wrestle. To be fair, that's to free hours. That's to take away the dodge. Okay, I understand that.
Yep, that frees up.
Here we go. It all comes down to this for this half. It's good, and that's a skull. Reroll. That's a POW.
Hey.
The 6 has been rolled. Armor break.
Ooh, and it's an armor break. Where does
just a stun. If he piles this on, it'd be ridiculous. And he bails the catch. Fortunately, because it was on a scatter, it doesn't end his turn.
Yeah, of course. But oh man,
that is
basically exactly how we said it was. Worst case scenario with that skull, best case with that POW. Like that was a very
yes, because we needed the stun as well because it makes it harder for this wolf to. The wolf has to dodge out. Let's count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The wolf can still score this turn as we get the stun firm. Now this sort of needs to come in and base with 2 GFIs. The catcher is in a better position now. He was a bit too deep before.
But in this situation, do you take this thrower and do you base the werewolf?
I don't think you have a choice. I think that's your only option. You just have to try and make it more difficult.
Yep.
And if he goes down, he's still involved. We're going to take GFIs here.
Come on.
Actually, no, we don't. We leave it free. He thinks because it's a 2+ with a dodge reroll inbuilt, so maybe he felt it wasn't worth the risk. But as it stands, it's a 3+ pickup, 2+ dodge, 2+ dodge, and 2 GFIs to score.
Yep.
Now there's no inbuilt rerolls, but we do have a team reroll available. So this feels like I'd say about a coin flip, maybe a 45% chance.
And that agi up really helps with the ball.
Oh, that's a bonehead as well. That bonehead, followed by, I'd argue, a bit of a coach bonehead from AwesomeAim. And now it's Tech19's hack. The stun is nice. It might save AwesomeAim here, but there's a shot to win.
Oh, I think he's going to blitz the ball through.
There's a 1 in 9. Yeah, I think we're trying to free up the flesh golem to come in and take a big hit on Sage Grouse, just so we don't get counter scored.
I'll be honest, I may not even do this stuff and just go straight for the play, because if you burn that reroll before you score, like that's gonna hurt.
The pick up and blitz, yeah, that might make it a bit easier. He does have block. I guess you do get to. The problem is it's a blitz with frenzy. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by the time you picked up the ball after blitzing with frenzy, you're out of GFI range. And we really want to try and score here. I mean, it's not option. Denying the score is useful, and there is only a scoring threat. So mark your bingo cards, folks, because if AwesomeAim ends up scoring here and we don't blitz the scoring threat, then pick up and blitz. Yeah, I don't mind that either. That's not a bad line. But if we don't blitz the scoring threat and AwesomeAim ends up managing to score somehow, then that's a mark on the bingo card for blitz the scoring threat. That classic Rebbl meme is back in. Apparently, it's just a knockout though on this wrestle. Lights half for removals. Regen not being tested. Just a 1 knockout each.
So both have a single KO, which means even if neither of those characters wake up, they're both going to be at 11 next half.
And most importantly, Herman Munster gets up, and he sort of set this whole thing up because remember 3 turns ago, AwesomeAim was just committing about a third of his team just to this one player and not being able to knock him over. And that sort of forced a switch without cover, then it forced him to come back at the middle and not finishing the turn. We get the pickup. The dodge is no good, he snakes the dodge!
Oh no!
He didn't blitz the scoring threat! Now, what are the dice here? It's a 3+ pickup and then a 4+ pass, 4+ catch. And then it's a dodge with a 3+, then a 2+. GFI. Oh, the thrower can't really get involved here because he doesn't have any skills. We just got to go for it with the blitzer. Can we get this any better? I don't think we can. We might take some blocks, actually.
Yeah, you kind of have to take
Well,
blocks.
no, we actually don't. We actually don't, because let's say a block fails and then we fail to pick up. It's an even easier task because we've got both wolves back.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough thing to weigh up. Do we try and free up this lineman to come here and try and, I don't know, do something, or do we just try and score? Because there's not much.
You have to free up the catcher on the zombie. Like, that just has to happen.
Do we? I mean, it's a 50-50 with an inbuilt reroll, so it's 75% to catch.
Yeah.
And what would we free him up with is the question.
Yeah, that is also true. Okay, he is taking some blocks.
Maybe to see if he can't put. Well, to be fair, if he got that knockdown, there was a way through.
Yeah.
But only with a strength 2 capture, so it would end up being only 1 dice on the zombie.
And it was with the block piece, so there was at least some safety.
Yeah, it would have been a 1 dice, but it would be an extra 1 dice. I'm not sure about that. Tell you what, after the ogre passer, he let the team down a bit, didn't he? He stepped a bit far forward and got himself swamped up in zombies and then stunned.
Yeah,
that was his main strength leverage, and he just was not, like, from turn 1. AwesomeAim was always pushing him forward, moving him forward, trying to get him down the pitch, but without the real support. And eventually he did get knocked over on about turn 4 or 5, and really made life hard for AwesomeAim, the coach.
Yeah, slowed down that offense, and as I said, just boneheaded multiple times. Always the risk with those big guys. They're very useful until they're.
And this is the problem with humans. It's always the big guy risk, but you sort of need them for these matchups, otherwise you're outstrength. That's the 1 dice blitz, which is good. Still an intercept threat, though. Do you reckon we'll see the zombie intercept this time? We might be able to get out of it, actually. 1, 2, 3. Well, here we go. Pickup is no good. The reroll is burnt on the pickup. We get the pickup, however, in the second attempt. Now, we do kind of have to try and pass, because even if it's inaccurate, it's still good. We can't make the ball safe, and here comes the pass. We take 2 GFIs to make it a quick pass, but it fails on a 1.
Oh no.
So AwesomeAim has not scored. He has not scored, not punished for not blitzing the scoring threat. And we might be seeing this 0-0. After all of this, it still could be 0-0 at the half.
Now, looking at the plays that Tech19 can play, there are a few things that he can do. But with both of those werewolves being down, you have to basically score with that. You have to get the ball to the
agility 4 white that I was so mean to in the build-up. Of course. Yeah, I see it now. I think we might end up seeing, it has to be a pass and a handoff, I think. So we'll blitz this clear. Actually, can we? Yeah, we can kind of blitz this clear with 1 dice. And then it would be a pass from Fenrir to Nazgul III, who then hands off to a expectant Wolfman in the end zone. And we have freed him up. No, we're going to score with the Agi 4. Okay, that's interesting. I would have used the Agi 4 to make a pass, but we're going to do it this way.
Yeah, I would have preferred that way as well, because you also want to start ramping up the development on your rookie.
Exactly, just getting into block. We do make this pickup, however, with Agi 3. We get the dodge as well.
He doesn't even blitz
the
mighty blow.
Well, to be fair, though, he wasn't getting more than 1 dice. So it was just extra dice. Here comes the handoff, which fails. Oh god, Nazgul. Limelight on him. He makes the catch. He needs to make a quick pass, though. This is a 2+, and Tech19's 1-0 at the half.
It's either a 2+2+ or a GFI.
I like this, putting the wolf next, so in case the catch scatters, we might also get a touchdown. With no reroll, I assume we're passing to Agi 4 here in post-season play.
Yeah.
Here we go. Pass is good. And it's in.
Oh, the catch is made.
Tech19, as the wolf clips through, Tech19 is ahead by 1 on AwesomeAim's drive. The wizard is gone, but AwesomeAim is really far behind now.
Now, here's where we get to kind of see him shine. Because as
you reckon?
I said, I went up against AwesomeAim once and got a short kick and a blitz, and I was able to pull the score like immediately.
Yeah. Oh, so he's a good. Is he a comeback merchant?
Exactly.
Oh, I like
he
this.
Is somebody that has the ability to come back if the dice go in his way. So this
yeah, I like he had to qualify, not because he's good, just because the dice went his way, because it was against you.
Well, no. he is good.
Yeah.
The dice went his way. Like I'm not, I'm not gonna.
I get you. I'm not knocking you at all, because every single Rebbl coach is exactly the same. Now the issue here with the setups is that AwesomeAim's sort of forced into a chevron setup, because like this, the Necro can just make a sideline cage with whites and the 2 wolves and then just score in 2 turns. And then it's 2-0 down. So that's the mistake that this rule of 5 is making. But then again, 2-turn is risky with Necro because there's actually 3 involved, unless we're relying again on Nazgul the Third, who did, to be fair, he did fluff the catch a little bit, but he did deliver the goods last time. But yeah, I'm not sure how much of a fan I am with this rule of 5. I think I feel like I'm forced into the chevrons wide defense here.
I'm a very big fan of the chevron defense, mainly because even against slower teams, it sort of prevents their forward mobility a lot. Like oftentimes when I do rule of 5, I kind of get caught up and bogged down by a bunch of pieces after they blitz one of the.
Yeah, there is the risk of being enveloped against this quicker team, but I would say though the problem with chevrons is obviously that you can get knocked down the middle, and you give up field position in the middle. So it's the classic trade-off. I will say though, I feel like this is almost a new sort of. It's been a running theme of the games that I've casted where coaches have. This is a side tangent, completely irrelevant to the game as we set up. But coaches have tended, like they've scored on turn 6, they need to defend for 2 turns, and they go with a rule of 5 as it starts raining. That is important.
Oh, and a wonderful kick.
And a pitch perfect kick. With no sure hands, this is just a raw 3+. Man.
As you were saying though, with your tangent.
Yeah, so coaches would set up, let's say they've made a nice 6-turn drive on offense, and they've set up in a rule of 5. When a chevron's defense is the setup to stop the 2-turn, because they can only put 1 scoring threat through, or scoring threats through in one part of the pitch. And I think 3 separate times I've seen the opposition coach just put 4 scoring threats up, 2 in each wide zone, and managing to score and take it 1-1 and then eventually winning the game. So yeah, that's just been a little side tangent, but yeah. The important thing with this kick is that on a failure, this will scatter out of play, and then it can sort of just go anywhere, including the human's half. Which is why it's such an interesting kick, and the rain makes it even harder. Here comes a pylon. Oh, I love that animation.
I've never seen that before. That's a blast.
And it's an injury.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that. Is one of the best animations. And it's an MNG, which we let go, obviously. You can't apply that in case it...
That animation's up there with the Hobgoblin fell.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'll tell you what's good. Tomb Guardian piling on, because that looks like something out of WWE. They properly like drop the knees and then fall backwards. Honestly, it looks really good. They like cross their arms as well, so it looks like they're doing a really cool move. What else is good? I like the Bretonian Blitzer one. They just sort of sit down on them, cross-legged, and then roll off. Here comes the pickup.
This
it's no good.
Risky.
We have to re-roll because of the positioning, and it's no good again. And we're out of play. Where do we see the ball go? Naturally into the hands of the wolf. Amazing.
I was about to say for AwesomeAim,
roll to
like
6.
The best now, but now it's the worst.
Now it was basically a touchback. That is incredible. I think AwesomeAim might have just had to get up and leave for a second just to calm down, because that was. It all started to look like the dice were starting to turn his way. And then it didn't, honestly, because it scattered into his hands as well. It didn't go straight to him. He had to roll another 1 in 8 on that scatter.
Yep.
Oh, that could have gone out of play again into here. It could have been in a wide zone over here where there's no cover.
Like with how bad, like I've seen those throwbacks just bounce until they're on the other side of the.
Because it uses the same scatter as the kickoff, I believe. So it wouldn't have been able to get straight into Wolves' half, but it could have come to halfway. It could have scattered out here or here and then gone into this half. But hey, you get away with it. Tech19 riding his luck a little, but be fair, there wasn't much he could have done to play around that. It was just a 3+, and he re-rolled it like he should have done.
Yep.
So, yeah. But if I was AwesomeAim, I would have pushed to be on tilt. Major, welcome to the show. Coming in with a wow. Oh. You've come in just at the right time, Major. It's crazy dice. I'll just run that back for you. So, it was a 3+ catch in the rain, which failed twice. Scattered out on the 3. And then we got the 3-3-5 kickoff scatter, which landed, I believe, here. Yeah, it must have been here because we rolled then the 1 on the scatter dice into a 6 on the catch, and now we're looking. It's almost as if if you'd just joined this game, you'd think, "Wow, that's really brave from Tech19. He's really playing for SPP by picking up with a 4+ on his 4 of 6 wolf." But no, just dice happens. Anyway, back to the game in hand. Captain Rand, as president of the Tech19 fan club, these events pleased me. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you're a president of the Tech19 fan club, you'd be very happy with the way this game has gone, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Your man's close to getting through.
He's had some good luck, and like that. Who was it? Yeah, Herman Munster. That dude deserves MVP.
Herman Munster. I think I hope he does get MVP because he had a really good game in the first half.
Fitting, and also that would be a level.
It would also be a level, maybe for dodge. Who knows?
Dude, Herman Munster.
He deserves it. He was blocked as if he had dodge. You know, they just couldn't move him.
Yeah. The blodge from guard, that only wrestle would be his issue.
But yeah, AwesomeAim now playing almost like a Skaven team, just flushing everyone forward. But in such a bit, I'd say a bit of a higgledy-piggledy way. Do we have a third player? We have blitz to get through, but now our left-hand wide zone is able to be screened off against. We do have this tackle in the back.
These are oftentimes not the smartest. These are the plays that I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Because this is where you go to win. I have to get the ball, and therefore I'm going to make my opponent roll as many dice as possible.
Exactly. It's the Shawman school of thought. In Cripple Cup on Saturday, Shawman, he was playing rats, and because there's no rerolls, he took foul appearance on everyone. There were 3 gutter runners rocking up with foul appearance because you had to not roll a 1 before you could block them. And without a reroll, that became really strong. Now, sidesteps on the ball. He did end up going. He did do quite well. I won't spoil it in case you want to watch it, but yeah. So we have sidestep on the ball here, but it's quite weak because we just need to get this wolf into here, and then. Actually, no. It is actually kind of strong because this is a 2+ dodge without a dodge skill to try and knock it off. And there's no tackle on the guy.
A wrestler to take that down, and I don't think he has any wrestle.
Yeah, the Fenrir can come in with a GFI to try and get a tackle hit, as we see the man of the hour, Herman Munster, getting himself involved on this strength 3 capture. Sorry, Necro have been a bit wrapped up. I don't know what I'd do here. This is a really tough one. I think I would just bite the bullet and blitz with Fenrir because it does develop him forward, and it's a decent shot with his strength 2 coming in. You get frenzy, so it's 2 dice into 2 dice with tackle. You have poor man's tackle and tackle itself, so I think you might be able to knock him over.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I think you just kind of have to, and then
we're not even putting him in here to make the sidestep harder.
I think he's going to make the dodge.
Jump up tackle. It does have an angle. You're right, Rand. Well spotted. It comes in, but we don't get the knockdown. Reroll into a 6. Oh, that's grim. I think that was a misplay there because if he didn't get a 5 or a 6, then he was in a bit of trouble. Without frenzy, he had to burn the reroll. But we do get, what is this? A pile on. Bill Nye the Science Guy is knocked out. This is off. Okay, cool. Well, now the ball looks very safe, doesn't it?
Oh. Nothing basing it. Nothing can run around except for maybe that pilot on Mighty Block.
I tell a lie. We are simply a 2 dice block and then a 1 dice blitz. With maybe 1. Assuming this gets knocked off, we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 GFI for 1 dice. Potentially. Because we take a few more blocks here. And that's a 1 in 9. Necro with a score advantage, they have the ball and they have a man advantage as well. AwesomeAim is already looking like he's on his last chance here. That doesn't make the ball safe. It's still two. It's just an extra GFI, but we can still hit the ball here because they are movement 7. These team of blitzers. So we're coming in over the top still.
That said, though, I still wouldn't knock AIM out. He's a very solid coach.
He's a very solid coach. He's had a very poor first half. Yeah. I know my chat. Oh, it's still set to just chatting. Oh, sorry, Ellie. Yeah, that was from earlier. Oh God, not very good. That. Stream info. Oops. That's a bit of a blunder. Yeah, because we should be running the directory these days. That's really bad. But here we're in. It's because I was bug fixing the stream earlier and I forgot to change it. I knew I'd forgotten something. Anyway.
Wouldn't be streaming without technical difficulty.
Oh, and I forgot the title as well. This is really shonky. I'll be surprised if I'm still casting after this. AwesomeAim. Done. I did put a link in the Discord, didn't I? Right, that should help. In before, this is the last cast I do. Harrowing Sword, I fixed that just in time for the Harrowing Sword raid. Welcome everyone. Incoming raid, everyone comes in time to see the miners and collar this champ right on the ropes here. He is fighting back, but he's in a real spot of bother now. We do have a blitz on the ball, but we lost the ball in our own half and got turned on and scored on. But here comes the hit.
The reigning Rebbl champ is not in the best of position.
And I tell you what, if this fails, things look really bleak, because if this fails, we just blitz down this wrestler and walk off this way and into the sunset.
Yep.
So yeah, welcome guys that have just joined. You've missed an incredible turn of events. The kick was to here, in the rain. We tried to pick up with this wolf, which won in 9, scattered, into the hands of the wolf, who rolled a 6 on the catch. We take this way, find 2 dice. I did not spot that at all.
I think you re-roll.
And this, I agree, is a re-roll. We get it.
Well, you want potential to scatter into your hands.
It doesn't. Sadly. Can we get anyone else involved? Not really. Oh, Ellie with the clutch title change before the stream came in. I imagine everyone saw that. Only Harrowing Sword saw it, so this might be the last cast I do. So welcome everyone. Hopefully the stream is holding itself up quite nicely. I did a lot of testing over the last hour to try and get it better, and I think it is better now. I'm joined by Carl on minus. I believe you're still in minus, Carl. Sorry, we didn't have much of a chat before the stream started. Yep.
Yep. I am a minus coach going into major. Rebbl.
Going into Rebbl. AwesomeAim himself also going into Rebbl. Tech19, I believe, is also in Rebbl himself. This is a Rebbl match.
Yep. It is a very solid match. See what, those Wizards, though. Wizards made it very possible for this, because even if he doesn't score here and is able to keep AIM from just not scoring, that Wizard mostly won him the game. In the, not to say that, this game is just over.
Right, sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Any human injuries? Yeah, we'll just do a quick CAS recap, shall we? Not a lot, just the one on the thrower who was MNG'd and 2 knockouts this half. Regen hasn't even been tested yet, with just the one zombie knockout, which did stick. But yeah, the humans are down players and got turned over in their own first half drive.
Yep, despite the number of mighty blow on both teams.
Yeah, and AwesomeAim was trying for injuries. He was piling on at will with his pommer. Not getting much done.
Injuries. No. Very few armor breaks in general, actually.
Yeah, we do have the ball again. Fenrir.
Question is, where does he run the ball?
Where can we be safe? I'll just turn off skills quickly so we can look at this a bit better. The answer is nowhere, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I say that. If we bring him into here, then it's a based cage. It just kind of sucks.
You either push him forward or you potato.
I think we're actually kind of quite safe here. We just come forward and down. Then we need what, a 2 dice here to knock down. Yes, good also thing. And the wizard was used to good effect. It was a scummed wizard for about 40k off the bank for Tech19, and to be honest, he didn't really need it. He had dice on the ball anyway by turn 6, but he used it just to make sure and was able to get away. And after a bit of back and forth and a clutch play by the AwesomeAim white, we get there. Dodge is useful. We're going to potato.
Yeah, here comes the potato.
Well, actually, this is this is definitely a potato now. What on earth? Let's check the catcher, who's movement 9, remember? 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the assist, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 1 GFI. So if you have a bingo card for an absolute potato, I think this is an absolute potato. If you ask me. Very starchy at the least.
Yep.
He's away from tackle, but he doesn't have dodge. Oh, he did. Sorry, this is the good wolf. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I definitely would consider, but at the same time, like even at that position, he can't score with it.
Yeah, tackle is away.
The rest of his team is slow, so.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. What are we doing next turn? Because we do have a safety for AwesomeAim. He, bear in mind, does need to score himself, so he needs to get the ball back up the pitch in the rain. Anyway, here comes the blitz. I think we do have to take this hit on the ball carrier and just try and roll a 6. We do roll a 6, so if we just roll 6s, we're good.
Solid scatter.
Solid scatter. Well, we're a 3+ dodge out here away. 3+, 4+. Dodge is a lie. Yeah, Luke. Tell it to me, dude. I'm a high elf coach. My dodge has failed me countless times. We're going to just 1 dice and get the knockdown. No armor break. I think also maybe a space, but I don't think we can pile that on. Dodge is a fake skill, yeah. It is 4+ pickup with the ray now, and we can't really make it that safe either unless we do a handoff to this movement 9. Is that who I think it is? No, it's Lurch. But standing firm.
Lurch, the younger brother of Herman Munster.
They're a good tag team. They're quite similar. Pickup is good.
Yep, pickup is solid.
Now, is this a counter potato? It may well be. We can't really make this safe without a 3+ dodge. What we can do, though, we can put back here and then make this dodge here. And then we're safe-ish. Because this is a nice way. We just need to get back into this spot. And then make this. This is a really important 3+ dodge, but if we do make it, we do have safety for a turn.
And because of just how slow and tied up right now the Necro team is, like, the only pieces that will be able to respond are a zombie,
well, let's have a look.
A white or a flesh golem, depending on how the blitzer.
The ogre is a problem, I do agree. And there is some nice guard present. There's maybe wizard. The wizard is gone. Wizard is burnt. Wizard was used in the first half to get the ball down.
He fouls with the ball carrier on the wolf.
Ball carrier foul. Into box cars. He's off. Doubles twice. And regen works. Ball carrier foul, ladies and gents. Clip that. And the catch fails on the 5+.
Am I ahead of you real quick?
Yeah, because I took my time to look at the injury, so I might be a touch ahead. You might be a touch ahead, sorry. I had about 10 seconds paused on that M&G.
Yeah.
Just taking it in. What the hell was that? Darkest Done. Yeah, I think it was... What was that? Because we were safe with a 3+ dodge. It was a baller move, and if anyone knows anyone about AwesomeAim, he makes the baller moves. These are the awesome gamers, the real gamers, and they're about to make some gamer plays. Popsicle, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you.
Also, hey, Fuzzy, that is my that's my mentor.
Hey, Fuzzy's in. I see everyone finally in. Well, unless I get canned off, which I might well do, there will be more streams on this channel. Hopefully challenges, but I will be casting college playoff games. I know that for certain. So feel free to drop a follow if you want to see more. Yeah, exactly, Darkest. I mean, he has won college and minors, so maybe he's just seeing something that we're not seeing. Hey, Warvis, how you doing? And that's a knockout. Piling on finally does stuff, and it's working here for the Necro. Do we power Rappo here? We're thinking about a power Rappo.
I think
we do. I like this. AwesomeAim's playing for it.
Like, if I'm trying to go for the win, like, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I agree, Shanky. We were saying earlier, the white pylon is S tier pylon. It's just looking well. We can't pick up. The good news is we can't pick up. The Necro can't pick up. So really irritating stun though. On the Spectre 4. We're definitely into 3+ dodging territory, and as humans, that's not what you want to do, but you might have to just see it here.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go for so I don't quite know how Challengers Cups work. Is there a overtime?
Or yes, just... I will quickly fill everyone in as well. This is overtime format. So at the end of 16 turns, if we are tied, you go to overtime. You get a KO roll, but you don't get your rerolls back, which is why we're seeing some stingy reroll management here from these guys, in case it does go to overtime. And how we're playing it in Rebbl is in overtime. If you win the toss, whoever receives the ball, if you opt to attack and receive the kick, you need to score to win, or you lose after another 8 turns. So if it's turn 24 and we're still tied, the defending team will win, because I believe defending is a lot harder in this game, especially when you start to run out of players. So that's to make it a bit more fair for the defending coach. It becomes a little bit less down to either kicks, which is a D6 roll, or a coin toss, which is it's a coin toss. And I say it's worked really well. They debuted it in Clan a couple of seasons ago, and it really did work. So going back, this is an armor break.
Any armor break's a good armor break for aim, right?
Yeah. Now, are we going to just cover the ball this turn? Wait for our hero to come up. With the clearing, he's just clearing his head after that mighty hit from the Knights King. And he's going to make the play. Because this is a really sketchy 3+ now. Tech only has 1 reroll, so AwesomeAim may well just... No, we're going to take the one I thought we would. Skull. Pow! I think we have to follow this. We do. No armor break, and I doubt we'll pile this on. No, we don't. Right. And that is... So, yeah, I don't think I'd have taken it, David CL. Reroll there is not something I agree with. I wouldn't have taken the block. I would have... Because Tech19 has less rerolls than me. I'm going to let him roll all the dice. And it is OT. I think AwesomeAim is definitely... I don't know... Playing on instinct, maybe?
Yeah. He's kind of in a bad position, and those last couple of things just made that bad position slightly.
Yeah, I didn't know his position slightly worse. Oh, I would re-roll a 3+ dodge to bring a player on the ball. Basing the jump up is also very scary. Yeah, jump up blocked. Because it basically means we can clear the ball. Yeah, jump up works. We can clear the ball without even blitzing. Yeah? We get pushes, which is all we need. Fenrir can only watch. He's done his bit, but he drew a ball carrier foul, so I think he's quite chuffed with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Popsicle. AwesomeAim is a quality coach, but I think the stress might have got to him here. He might just feel like it's all over already, and he's just throwing stuff at the ball to see what sticks. He did struggle. If you're just joining us, he did struggle in his first half. A lot of 1 in 9s, only not getting any forward progress, and I think he sort of ran out of ideas and got a little impatient, and it led to an eye cage and a bolt, and then a wolf safety. Well, they had a wolf sweeper who came in and took advantage.
Oh, okay. So he is still blitzing to, break the ball free, probably so he can pick it up and run it down the field, I would assume, or run it into some sort of defense.
We're going to blitz and pick up then, I'm guessing, with this. Agi4 white. The off-maligned Agi4 white is coming up trumps here down in the rain. We don't go for it.
No, he just... Okay, then why did...
Well, he doesn't need to score. He just needs AwesomeAim to not score, and having 3 players on the ball makes this a 6+.
True, but... Yeah.
And we can't really scatter the ball here because of this 2 guard. So what we'd have to do is we're going to have to take this 1 dice with the 2 GFIs. Yeah, I think I agree, Ellie. I am playing this Windows, so I'm not super focusing on the proper plays. I assume Ellie's correct because she's good at this game and I'm not.
That makes sense.
He does play a lot of Spin League, and I agree that is a problem. But then again, he does play a fair bit of CCL. I did check his I did spike him before the game. He has played his fair share of CCL. That's a 1-dice skull flash reroll. God, this isn't even clearing any scattering the ball, so I don't know what we're doing here. Well, it's potato time. He needs to roll just a raw 5+, I think. Because this guy's still up as well. God, this is a nightmare, eh? It's a necro horror for the real gamers. At 1 in 9s, and we haven't picked up the ball. Oh, what's happened to AwesomeAim? I hyped him up so much in the pre-game, and it's all just falling apart.
Every turn, he's just bleeding more and more. Not players, but just time.
Well, both at this rate. Let's check the casualty bench.
Oh, yeah.
Squid Apocalypse might be getting fired after this for that atrocious fouling decision. But yeah, this is before we all decide to pile on. This is both of these. I think this is both these coaches' first postseason appearance. You definitely felt the case in the first half. They were both playing very passive, trying not to make that big mistake on the camera. So yeah, I think this is definitely. I'm pretty sure AwesomeAim will be back in playoffs in postseason Blood Bowl.
Oh yeah.
It might even be in 6 months' time, next playoff season. We probably will see AwesomeAim in the real gamers. Tech19 double surf up is a go. Do we have a wolf freeze? No, we don't have a wolf freeze, but he wrapped.
Yeah, that wolf is not moving anywhere.
Blitz here. I don't think we're taking a. Can we take a double surf if we burnt our blitz? Potentially. I don't know how we're surfing here without a blitz now. I must admit, that's beyond me. I know we can get this very easily with all our guard, but I think we needed to save the blitz for this guy.
Yeah.
And this is the big piece. Humans obviously having no agi stat ups, so the rain did really. I think the rain really did hurt the humans.
Not even going for the surfs.
Well, actually, no. This single surf is still on. No, it's not now. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, I thought you took that block with the zombie. Oh, yeah. Not surfing.
I mean, you don't have to surf. Like, that player is still, like...
I think we rolled the pushes as well. Let's just check the block dice. Yeah, push, 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 push. Yeah, we had the surfing dice, because obviously that's how dice work.
We had the ingredients, just not the chef.
We did. We had the ingredients. The chef just wanted to cook something else that day. Just wanted to get a takeout instead. And you can blame him. Takeouts are great. Our local pub is doing takeaways, so we got an Indian last night. Oh, it's quality.
Nice.
But yeah, no spicy surfs on the menu today for Tech19. We are going to pin, so it's on the cards next turn. This is the appetizer. This is the entree, and now the next turn will be the main course. Probably for Fenrir as well. He's probably hungrily eyeing up these two humans who are just about to end up right next to him. Staring at them there on the sideline after getting ball carrier stomped on. MNG, which did regen.
At this point, like, what can you do as aim to try and pop this ball for you?
Well, we do have players in decent... Or we've managed to engineer this 2 dice, alright? We have options. We take this, we get the knockdown. No armor break again. Or the mighty blow for AwesomeAim. It's not fired at all today. Now, I think we're just down to... This is a 2 dice, because of the strength up. So we're going to try and scatter here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What? Stand firm! Now scores a 3rd. An excellently built piece. Stand firm value.
No, you were criticizing that piece because that Agi 4. That piece has suddenly become like one of the more useful pieces on the team, even with.
Yep. I think he might have heard me in the pre-game and wanted to prove me wrong. A Johnny Bairstow type of player, getting riled up by the press. We are being able to scatter here with the chain push, but that's our last. Unless we want to do it with Hubster. Oh, Hubster the Yoga Passer. dodges out on a 4.
Resurgence of the hero.
Oh. I'd have to roll a 6 on the pickup.
I mean, that's basically what the scatter you wanted.
Are we tempted to, in all seriousness, are we tempted to take this ogre and try and get him on the ball?
I guess not.
Yeah, that was a good scatter. He is tying up 2 zombies. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, I just can't get I want to watch the ogre come in big and make the time play. After having such an abysmal first half where he got himself surrounded and stunned. Well, there's a zombie pickup if we want it.
Yeah.
We kind of have to make this block as well. Actually, no, he's a strength up. God, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. We're taking the red dice, so I would. Actually, no, without real. I think I do, because even if it fails, he still can't run down the pitch very easily. And if it works, it might be in the bag.
Also, the chances of it failing rather than
it's a 30%, isn't it? Roughly a 30%.
Yep. And even with red die, like if you roll both down, it's just nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
just a push.
Blitzing.
We're blitzing to try free the wolf 1-1, but we don't get never punished. I mean, it wasn't expected to be punished just on those 2 blocks, but I feel a bit robbed there. Because if that had 1 in 3'd, we had another turn. Humans had a shot.
I also feel like that push direction was probably.
And we just walk away like he's nobody. Man. Jackal Black. Really having a poor game, letting that wolf step back and be a safety. Red dice. No good. Interesting red dice, just straight up with the zombie. We can't re-roll that, really. We've only got 1 left.
I'm curious as to why you even took it at all.
Yeah.
Better to keep those pieces up and...
Well, that's a piece off the ball and KO'd.
Oh, that's even worse.
Now, is there a play? Stand firm is on the ball, though, so this is really difficult. We need to find a knockdown here on Herman, who so far has not been knocked down. Maybe not down once this game. I don't think that'll be enough. What can we do? We'll have Strength 4 available. And we do have a scoring threat with this Blitzer. There's 1 GFI.
Yep.
So he's probably going to get wrapped up. It's not over yet.
2 GFIs, no rerolls. But you do have this turn and next turn to pull out a score if you can just tie up any piece that could threaten it, if you can get the ball.
Yeah, the problem is, because we have 2 tackle zones and rain on the ball, this is a 6+ pickup for all of AwesomeAim's players at the moment. So the way we can get rid of that is to take this block and follow it up, and then we can knock over this zombie if we take this block and follow it up. Here we go. Just pushes. So that won't help too much. We could see a surf play. Surf the killer, maybe?
You could, but I think like at this point, like, you can't go for surf.
Oh no, hold up. We surf the killer with the blitz, right?
Okay.
I guess it's reliant now. Okay, it's reliant on a knockdown on stand firm. I was thinking we could have been able to get this guy back around.
Yeah,
surfing might not be the play. Because at the moment he's really trapped in here.
Yeah, you really need to get, like, if you want the best chance of picking up the ball, you need to get rid of that flesh golem and that zombie.
Yeah, we kind of need to. Okay, we're going to step up really bad. Ooh. See, in my mind, he was going to blitz the golem down with the strength 4, but this works as well because we take a 1 dice without block and it works. It more than works. It stuns. Now we can get a 2 dice blitz with Mighty Blade piling on. As lightning cracks, we get the power on Herman. Or Horman, I can't see the text. But he's fine. Sorry, he's fine. Picks up. It's no good. But it is caught by the unlikely Nick Alcora. And there is guard in play. So this would be 1 dice.
Though. Does he have any scoring threats at all?
He does.
Yes,
he has 1.
The Blitzer.
He has exactly 1. So, and there's stand firm present. So, blitz, the scoring threat. We just need to see a blitz on this Drain Johnson, and I think that might be all she wrote.
Yep.
For AwesomeAim. I don't know. I think I might have made him my second scoring threat and then taken the 3+. So hopefully he does. We'll see if he spots it. Zombie touchdown? Question mark? Not this time. Not this time, Grand V King. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Going for the friend. Now it's a
he blitzed a
2
scoring threat, and that will be that. AwesomeAim is out at the first hurdle. Tech19 going through. So he could win college and minors, but once again, minors champion not getting much headway into the postseason in the major leagues. And that is a real shame. There could be a push play. I don't think there are push plays possible. Watch me write this game off. I think there's too much stand firm. I think we could get we'd have to go here. And then... Well, welcome to chat anyway. We get this surf. I think that might take the push play away. I think it does. I think that might be that question mark.
I'm just trying to look at all the possibilities.
So we could put you. We have to bring one of these blitzes into here, and then we have to make this dodge to hit this guy. And then we can push this Scott Sterling. Oh no, he's not even in range. We need 2 pushes on him. Yeah, I think that is it. I was saying we dodge in and push him forward, but this guy's 2 short, not 1. So I think Yaji White has stand firm, so we can't push him. And this guy has stand firm. We'd have to do it through here, and this guy's only movement 6, so I don't think it's on.
One of the reasons why Juggernaut is always useful is ignoring stand firm.
Could there be any Juggernaut here? I'm just looking at AwesomeAim's team quickly.
No,
I don't think so. I think it's next skill on the strength up blitzer. But yeah, I think that might be it. Oh yeah, and if you try to push it, that's a very good point. If you try to push him, it will automatically push him out of bounds. Smart. Again, that's why I'm here casting and not playing the playoff game itself. So if you want to take the reins, I'm just going to have a quick look in the directory to see who we can send these guys all over to. Quick look in the calendar, actually. Oh dear, it looks like there's nowhere to go after this. This is the last game of the evening, unless there's a impromptu play. Oh god, I've got a ping in the press corps. I won't talk about that. I haven't listed it yet. No, I don't think there's any crazy challenges games happening, so I'm going to try and find somewhere to send you guys once this is all said and done. So, Carl, if you could take the reins just one sec. I think that might just be it.
Ooh. Knocking down the flesh golem. Gets the stun. Probably going to pile on. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's an injury.
Finally!
Finally.
Does it stick?
Yes, it does stick. It just a badly hurt. Nothing crazy.
Oh, that's a shame. But they've had a good game, so Herman Monster hopefully gets the MVP. I think he deserves the MVP. He had a good first half, so. And he was useful here as well, wasn't he? Stopping the chain pushes and getting all that sorted.
Oh yeah, having all of those stand firm pieces basically gummed up any chances of getting the ball.
48 hours, well, it's 48 hours. So this has to be now spoilers for 2 days. Spoiler free. Although I tend to feel like 48 hours probably is not. I feel like that's not long enough personally. I try and keep quiet because people are quite busy these days, especially people with families. So like they might only have one time a week to catch up. So I try and keep as quiet as I can about other playoff games within reason. If there's a classic, I want to talk about the classic game as soon as I can because it was just that good.
All right, the surf.
Ball carrier foul. Oh yeah, Valve is calling for the ball carrier foul. We might see it. Hubs to the Ogre, rolls a 1 and Boneheads, and if that doesn't sum up a lot about this game, I don't know what. Man. So yeah, are we seeing this ball? Yes, here we come. Ball carrier foul on the Agi full stand firm white. And it's a stun into a send off again. The ref was not on his side. David CL asks, begging for the SPP, but I think we're just going for the spite at this point. And let's look at the MVPs. Man. Hubster with the MVP, of course. I think that's a level as well. That's 54 and 51, so that could be a Blodge Ogre. Meanwhile, Stephen King also getting the MVP. So nice MVPs. We'll have a quick look at some... Should we look at some stats? Look at the results here. Only 8 armor breaks for the Necro. I think that tells a lot of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, the game was very armor break light.
But the best coaches can find a way around that, and I do think that first... If AwesomeAim's watching this back, I think that first half was definitely something to look over. If you're looking to improve, because I think that was a case where the dice didn't go your way, but you could still very easily gotten out of that half with 0-0, maybe even 1-0. SPP wise, Stephen King with 5, Fenrir taking the touchdown after the bolt was useful. Knights King with a nice pylon animation getting 2 SPP, and Nazgul the third with the pass to set up the score. The real gamers, just that one injury for Jekyll Black, and a pass for a Sage Grouse in there somewhere. Missed that one. Let's check Monster Bash armor dice. Well, it was only a 71% success rate on their own armor dice, so I'd say that's about expected because they're all armor 8. I mean, the thing is, lots of those hits were with Mighty Blow and piling on, and there were lots of piling on hits with Mighty Blow, especially in the first half.
Besides at the very end there, I don't think piling on did like anything.
Yeah, piling on was not very useful this game. The real gamers boneheading on 72% of rolls, but rolling it 11 times. The problem with us, things with Bonehead, because they're on big guys that you tend to have to activate quite often, especially on humans in a strength matchup, so that's a bit unlucky. Armor about similar, again showing mighty, like almost 80% on his own armor rolls, so that's alright, I suppose. GFIs, 100% of his GFIs were good. No complaints there.
That feels good. Yeah. That said, though, when you actually look at how his how his dice were weighted, he actually did not roll that many 6s or 4s.
Tell you what, the lightning bolt. It's interesting actually. You roll your own lightning bolt to hit your players, according to Blood Bowl Client. Because these are dice for the real gamers, and there's a lightning bolt thing in here, so that's interesting. You learn something new every day. I think that'll be that from me. There's no other playoff games I believe on at the moment. Let me just check the directory. Let's see here. AwesomeAim has his own cast, but that'll be over now. And there's a load of CCL. So I think I might just ping you over to Randy Davo. You don't have to raid if you don't want to, but I believe that's it from Rebbl Playoffs tonight. The next game, for those interested, it is in a few hours' time. It's 11 AM my time, with +1, so that's 10 AM UTC +1. It's the Sentiment Snotballs. That's a Goblin team in on the stunty ticket out of the Big O. That's Daralik playing Full Metal's Alchemists from Pyro TJ. So that's Khemri versus Goblins, casted by the one and only Harringsword with Surge repping the Big O. And that will be tomorrow at 10 AM UTC, followed up by the Gorgoth Golden Guards. I believe that's a Chorth team, versus the Divinta Devils. And that's a nice double header on the Monday lunchtime. But there's no overnight games and there's no 1 AM games, so I will start this raid. Thanks for all coming along.
Looking forward to Chainsaw versus Decay.
Yeah, Chainsaw versus Decay. Now, I will definitely be streaming some college games. I don't know how many Rebbl games I'll get on this stream, but I'll definitely stream some college playoff games. So if you're from Miners, you want to see the next people coming through. If you're a stock market picker and you want to, catch the stock market, get your heads up there, then feel free to stick around, drop a follow. And I will see you guys